90-62, the final score today. Queens beats Lincoln Memorial to move to 9-2 on the season, 3-0 in South Atlantic Conference play. We have head coach Bart Lundy. We also have Liam Lundy, special guest appearance here on the Queens Sports Network. First off, Bart, this is a 28-point win over arch rival Lincoln Memorial, 6-time reigning conference champions. You led by 33 at one point. I don't know that I'd ever see the day that either side in this rivalry anymore would win by this many points. Did you see this remotely coming?
No. But anytime that you have good teams, I mean, we've had these games be the other way. You know, not in the last, I guess 2 or 3 years ago in the regional final, they got after us pretty good, but. It happens, we got ahead. We had a good start to the second half, and they kind of, I think they were pressing, trying to come back, and sometimes when you do that, you play some uncharacteristic basketball. But I don't want to. You're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are, and that applies on both sides to this game. I mean, I still anticipate that this will be we will have more than one game in this series this year, and they will be there at the end.
So what you're telling me is they did not shoot great percentages from the field today, 37% from the floor, 6 of 27, 22% from outside. In total, what you're telling me is Queens is not 30 points better than Lincoln Memorial every day of the week.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think
most people would look at the scoreline, and you will definitely play LMU again. We know that. It's a scheduled meeting, and they'll expect to go. You'll see a one-sided scoreline and expect to do it again. But realistically,
Coach Schertz will never admit this, but with about 8 minutes to go, I thought he went with an all-freshman lineup, and at that point, he probably was saying to himself, okay, we're not going to be able to come back right now, but I'm going to give these guys two things, give these guys some playing time, and he was okay if the score got a little extended because he's got an All-American candidate, sitting over there. So
he's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's really good, and so I'm sure that this final score will be brought up before our next game. So it's he knows what he's doing over there.
Speaking of that All-American candidate, Cornelius Taylor, he's just flat out maybe the best guard in the country. 10 points, 4 rebounds on 4 of 13 shooting. You held him 11 points under his season average. How'd you do it?
Well, I think we just, Danny Carr chased him around the whole game, and Danny Carr's good at chasing people around. He was probably that kid in the schoolyard that won every tag game. So. He's a really good defender. He's really tough. He really takes his assignment every game personally, and this was no different for him. I thought Lewis's support on the ball screens was excellent. Our tags were excellent. We had a little problem in the first half, but they cleaned it up at halftime, and just a great defensive effort. It's good to score 90 points, but I thought the defensive effort was really as good as we've played. And I told them in the locker room after the Belmont Abbey game here, where the score was almost reversed from this, they have come to practice every day with a different mindset, every day in shoot around, every game day, every warm up has been intense and focused, and this is the result of that. And you'll win a lot of games if you play together, you're focused, and you're as intense as they were.
Last question for you, Bart. It was a pretty close first half. You took a 10-point lead, but then they cut it down to one possession again. Right before the half, Danny Carr had 2 heroic three-pointers. He had an individual 6-0 run.
Yep.
As a team, you went on an 8-0 run, stretched the lead to 11, and then in the second half just pulled away. In that run there right before the break and after the break, of all the stats that would show a lopsided final box score, what to you stuck out the most is the reason for the difference in the score line today?
Well, I really think those two really difficult end of shot clock threes that Danny made to give us the lead going into halftime. The end, how we handled the end of the first half, because they had cut our lead back. We were not playing very aggressively for the last 3 minutes to that point, but we handled that last minute and a half or so really, really well, and those threes set the stage for the second half.
All right. Queens is 9-2, 3-0 in the league. 90-62, the final score, a 28-point win over Lincoln Memorial. Congratulations, Bart. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.